Hi, this is super duper awesome, Mr. Pops. So we're going to study area of rectangles in this lesson. And I'm not sure we can unpack everything here, but we'll just find out the formula how to calculate the area of rectangles. But first off, if you check up our lesson on parameters of shapes, right? So you would know by now. So you can decide to count to the squares if you still counting that. So you just count the lines, right? Perimeter is the distance around the shape. So it's divided into centimeters, so you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Was that 19? Are you for real? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I forgot one. You see, you have to be careful when you're counting, right? Did you see that? 10, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is 20 centimeters. Now, if you don't want to count all those things, you can do one, you count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 centimeter for the length, right? And then for the width, 1, 2, 3, 3 centimeters for the width. Now, the formula for perimeter for of a rectangle is length 2 times length plus width, right? So you just add 7 plus 3, okay? And then you multiply by 2. Easy peasy. So 7 plus 3 is 10, and 10 times 2 is 20. Good. So 20 centimeter. So here be 20 centimeters. Now let's do B. Now we know that, right? So we count for the width, 1, 2. So 2 centimeters. And for this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 centimeters. So what do we do? 5 plus 2, that's 7. And then 7 times 2, and that's 14. So it's 14 centimeters. Good job, right? So he tried it. This looks like a square because one, two, three. This is 3 centimeters. 1, 2, 3. Both sides, 3 centimeters. Now, for squares, since all the sides are equal and there are four sides, so you can just do 3, just pick one side and multiply by 4, right? So 3 times 4, and that equals 12 centimeters. So that's 12 centimeters. Now here we don't have the grid size. So we have the length and the width. So that's length times width, sorry, length plus width, L plus B, L plus W times 2. So 10 plus 5 is 15, 15 times 2, and that's 30. 30 centimeters. Now for the other one, there's 2 and 2. So that's a square, obviously. So you can do 2 times 4 because there are four sides. Just pick one side, and that equals 8 centimeters for the perimeter here. 8 centimeters. Good job. Find the area of the shape shown. Question one. Okay, for the area, uh, just count the squares inside of it, right? But we just want to find out how we're not going to count the squares. All right, so let's not just spend so much time on this. I'll clear my screen now. You can pause the video if you want to write anything. Just all right, so let's move on. Let's go. Now imagine we want to find the area of this rectangle, right? We can't just we can just count. That would take a whole lot of time. Now, you can see that this looks like arrays, right? Remember your arrays when you were doing multiplication, right? Where you had something like this, like a crate of eggs, like something like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see that these four rows of 3 columns, right? So you can easily say this is 3 times 4 or 4 times 3, whichever, and both of them equal 12, right? Good. So this also looks like arrays, right? An array rather. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is 12, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8. So we can do it 8 times 12. And boom, we've gotten the area. Rather than counting all the squares, that would take a billion years. All right, so how many squares are on each row? So we see that's 12, right? 12 squares on each row. And then how many squares, how many rows are there? 8, right? See that? 8. Now, what's the total number of squares? That would be 8 times 12, right? Or 12 times 8. So we have length of 12 squares and then the width of 8 squares. So 12 times 8, and that equals 96 centimeters squares. Do you see that? Now, let's go on. Now here, what's the length here? What's the length here? What do we have as the length? Let's say that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 squares will make up the length, right? 10. And how about the width? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 centimeters, 5 squares. Now we're going to do 10 times 5. And that equals what? You guessed right. Good job. 50 squares centimeters. Now, Maria has to do this. So let's help Maria. Let's help Maria. What's the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 centimeters squares. And then the width, you go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3. So 3 for the width. And oh, so now we see that area of a rectangle is length times width. Easy peasy. That's very easy. So, and that's 6 times 3, and that's 18. That's 18 square centimeters. Good job. So now we have the formula for looking for calculating area of a rectangle. So now we can say, what's the length? Length times width. The length is 11. So area equals 11 times what's the width? The width is 6. And that equals 11 times 6, 66 centimeters square. Very easy. Very super easy. 66 centimeters square. Great. So let's try this. So you can pause the video, try it on your own before you continue, right? Now, calculate the area of the rectangle. So the width is this the length and this the width, right? So area is length times width, and that equals what? 7 times 8, right? And that's 56 centimeters square. That was super easy. So you do this one. Of course, pause the video because I'll just continue, right? Pause the video and try to work it out. Area equals length times width, and that's 13 times 3. 13 times 3, 3 times 3, 9, 3 times 1, 3. So that's 39 centimeters square. Super easy, right? All right, here's the problem. Let's solve this. Abdai and Hannah are finding the area of the rectangle. Are they both correct? So let's see. for Abdai. Abdai says area equals length times width. Yeah, cool. Length, he chooses length to be 9 and width to be 5. And area is 9 times 5. Okay. And then Hannah says length times width also, but Hannah chooses length to be 5 and width to be 9. And but they get the same answer, right? Now, something about multiplication. Possibly, do you think they're both correct or someone is wrong? So one thing about multiplication is a um, commutative principle of multiplication. Of course, 2 times 3 is the same thing as 3 times 2. So they're all both the same. It works that way. So I think they're both correct. So both Abdai and Anna have worked out the area of the rectangle correctly. Since multiplication is commutative, it doesn't matter which measurement you choose as length and which you choose as width. So you always arrive at the same answer. Right. Good job. Do we have something to do here? Now, this is a square, right? This is a square because you'll be given just one with the idea that all the sides are equal. So this is also 7 meters, 7 meters, and you have to pay attention to the units. The units is very important. So not everything is centimeters. So to find the area of a square, um, yeah. So length is 7, and also width will also be 7 meters. See, that's the area I was talking about. 7 meters. So that's 7 times 7, and that's 49 meters square. So you can take this as area of the square is A equals L squared, meaning it's L times L, right? With the idea that when it's square, all the sides are equal, right? So length and width are equal, the same. All right. So I think in the next video, we're just going to have some practice to do. All right. Thank you so very much. This is super. I'm sure you're learning a lot here. Bye bye. Super duper awesome, Mr. Get a Pops. Bye bye.